My name is Dostie, and I've been a volunteer in Hartford City Mission's Noah After School program for 3 years. The program runs most school days from 4 to 6 p.m. here at Glory Chapel in a North End neighborhood of Hartford. I want to thank you for attending the first ever virtual Hartford City Mission Gala. At last year's event, I felt so encouraged to see so many people gathered to learn about and support HCM's ministry. It spurred me on in my service. This year, your support is more important than ever. So thank you for logging on to hear and respond to God's call to care for children and families in the city. Perhaps many of you are familiar with the Bible character Jonah, the prophet who was reluctant to go where God sent him. He was unwilling to share God's message so that the lives of people in a city could be turned around. God challenged Noah, "Should I not care about the great city of Nineveh, in which there are more than 120,000 people?" Do you know the city of Hartford is that size? Serving as a volunteer with Hartford City Mission is a small way I can make a significant impact in the city of Hartford. Dedicated staff work with kids in the program every day and pour themselves and the love of God into them. Volunteers get to come alongside them in that work. We get to see Christian community at work in a city neighborhood. And in so doing, there are blessings. I feel appreciated. I have opportunities to help and influence kids I never would have even met if I were not a volunteer. I am growing and learning that a little can be a lot when we do it together. At Noah After School, the children in the program are called COGs, which stands for Child of God. The COGs are urged to focus on 3 R's: being ready, respectful, and responsible. Reading, writing, and arithmetic are also incorporated during a prayer journal time and homework time. The volunteers work with a small group of COGs each week, encouraging them in their participation and helping them with homework or listening to them read aloud. There are biblically based character development lessons. There's a fun activity to wrap it all up. Some days it's smooth sailing. Some days it's challenging. But let me share one small thing we do at the end of the day at program that I just love. First, the site leader, Miss Abby, asks if anyone has a shout out. And COGs, volunteers, and leaders have a chance to say something good they've seen in someone that day. God tells us in Hebrews 3 to encourage one another day after day. He knows we need that. Then Miss Abby asks if anyone has an apology, and everyone has an opportunity to acknowledge something they've said or done that day that was not right or hurt someone. We clear the slate with each other before we part ways. God tells us in Colossians 3 that if we have a grievance with one another, to forgive each other. He knows we need that too. So, what I love about this intentional habitual practice is that children are being trained in God's good ways. They're asked to take notice of something good they see in someone else and to express it. In modeling and practicing these 2 simple but powerful habits, COGs are not only set up for success in their relationships in the program, but also a seed is planted for future relationships, and they are discipled to live as a community of Christians. That kind of community has the power to transform relationships, families, lives. I want to be part of that kind of community, don't you? I'd like you to prayerfully consider becoming an active part of what God is building in the city of Hartford. Your contribution may be small, but God's power to do amazing things through what He asks you to do is unlimited. Thank you for listening, and I pray if God has grabbed your attention today, don't hesitate. Move in the direction of carrying out God's plan in this great city.